Main reason why your business is not growing or scaling. Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of the Rapid Subconscious Reprogramming community of the Mind Engineer community. Here, Tommy Walker, the Mind Engineer. And today I want to share insight and tools to help you understand a bit more if you're struggling to grow your business and it's not happening. So, first of all, I want to thank you if you're watching. If you're watching this, if you could write #live, or if you're watching replay, #replay, that would be much appreciated. So let's talk a little bit about what's going on with so many businesses, entrepreneurs, coaches that are not being able to grow their business. They're trying to follow what they need to do, but something is not working. And what I've been seeing for the past, at least with coaches, 6 years, I've been an entrepreneur for 28 years now, is that if you don't explore the subconscious mind to identify the programs, the different systems that are running in the back of your head, it's going to make it very difficult to grow your business. And what do I mean with that? Some time ago, I was watching a big YouTube guy out there that he was talking to Russell Brunson from ClickFunnels, right? And Russell was trying to help him grow his business. And this guy was explaining different aspects of his business. He said that he wanted to grow his community, but on the other hand, he didn't want to grow it so much because he wanted to keep it small to be able to have that, home thing and not just a lot of people, but he wanted to grow it. So he was kind of explaining the situation. And Russell, one of the first things that told him is, look, there are many strategies to grow, whether it is a community, whether it is the one-on-one work or the membership, whatever it is, there are many strategies. But you know what worries me, he said, is that you are being worried of not making the membership grow so much. So no matter what strategy we can apply, it ain't going to work because you already have the mindset set that you have that inner fight of, I want to, but I don't want to. So first of all, we need to understand what's going on in our minds. I know people tell me, yeah, but Tommy, I want to serve people. I want to be a coach. Perfect. Okay. Why do you want to be a coach? Because I want to help people. Yeah, that sounds really nice. What else? And then maybe suddenly they say, because I want to make money, right? There's nothing wrong with that. Okay, but first of all, right, try to check what is the main part of you that is running the show, because we need to understand that we have sub parts of us, like sub personalities. A part of me that wants to make money, a part of me that wants to serve people, a part of me that wants to be recognized, a part of me that wants to be successful, whatever that is, the different parts. And each part of us, like the movie Inside Out, that we have all these emotions, we need to understand it's not accurate, the movie, as we have all these emotions, because each emotion has their own personality. So you could have anger on this side that doesn't want to do anything, that is pissed at, I don't know, the market, that is pissed at the coach that lied to you and, sold you something that didn't work. And you might have the other part that is angry at you because you're not making it work. So you might have two different angers inside of you, one directed outwards and one directed towards you. So when we start understanding that there are different personalities inside of us and each of them are going to pull in a different direction, now suddenly it makes it easier to start understanding what's going on in the mind and why we're doing what we're doing and we're not doing what we're doing, right? And how to start making changes. So if you want to serve people, perfect. Okay. And what happens if you cannot serve people? I start asking these questions to people that I work with. What happens if you cannot serve people? If suddenly you try to help somebody and it doesn't work, and suddenly you're not being able to serve them because whatever you're trying to teach them is not working. The other day there was a guy that was writing on a coaching group, that was saying that he was very worried about one of his clients, because his client was charging very little. He was nearly barely making it to the line of poverty, but he was okay. He didn't want to have a family. He was single. He was okay with what he was earning, and he didn't want to proceed for more. So I asked this coach that I was asking this, what does this bother you? Why does it bother you? And he didn't answer, but he needs to reflect what's moving inside of him. So if you want to serve people, perfect. Why? And the other thing that we need to go into the negative, what happens when you cannot serve people? I feel like crap. I feel not good enough. I feel, not worthy. I feel whatever. How do you feel when you're trying to achieve something and you're not able to? That is going to reveal narratives that are in the back of your head that you might not be aware of. Serving people, money. I want to make money. Okay. How do you feel around money? Most people tell me, oh, Tommy, I love money. Money is good. Money is positive. Money is energy. I deserve money. Perfect. I love that. Don't get me wrong. But is that the program in the subconscious mind, or is that what you have been told that you have to tell yourself to make money? And as people start becoming more honest, they start telling me, oh yeah, you know what, Tommy, this is what I've learned, in the last couple of years that I need to tell myself that money is good. Okay, perfect. But what is happening underneath? What are your subconscious narratives, your subconscious beliefs that are running the show? Because I tell people, I don't care what you think you think. People tell me that they feel they deserve this specific partner, type of partners, that they deserve to make money, that they deserve clients, that they blah, whatever. I don't care what they say, what they think they think. What I care is what is happening in their life. They're not making any sales. They're not making, they're not being able to reach out to people. They're not making any money. That speaks louder. Their actions or lack of actions, their situation speaks louder than what they think they think. Seriously, most of the time, the subconscious mind is running the show. And you might have learned that thinking that money is bad is not good for you. So now you don't want to accept that you might believe that. But not wanting to accept that you believe that is not rewriting, reprogramming the subconscious mind, guys. So if we want to make a change, if we want to grow our business, if we want to scale it, we need to start identifying what's going on. Some years ago, a coach reached out to me and was telling me that he was stuck not being able to break the barrier of $100,000 a month. $100,000 a month. And he was stuck not being able to break that. As I spoke to him about, ask him about money, his self-image, and different things, he said all the right things. I deserve money, money is good, all these great things that he had been telling himself for a while. And yeah, maybe it allowed him to get up to $90,000 a month, but he wasn't able to break that barrier. When we started going deeper, he had a belief that he wasn't even aware of, that he thought that if he made $100,000, his family wasn't going to like it at all. He felt that his family was going to reject him if he made $100,000. So he was rejecting himself. And so then he was blocking himself from being able to break that barrier. And I've seen this over and over again. People not being able to reach out to others, people not making money, people making, $5,000 and not breaking this, making able to be able to make more. I've seen it in many different areas. People making five or not making any money, 5, 10, 20, 30, 50, $90,000 and stuck in whatever area they were stuck. So when you have tried things in the past, strategies, and they're not working for you, it might not be that they're not working for you. It might be that your mindset is protecting you, is keeping you stuck for a reason. So instead of trying to learn a new skill, a new strategy, try to change it, try to keep applying the same strategy over and over again, I would recommend that you start going within to identify the programs that might be running in the subconscious mind that you might not be aware of. How does it make me feel about myself that I'm not making any money, that I'm not making 5K, that I'm not making 10K, that I'm not making 50K, whatever that is? How does it make me feel about myself? It makes me feel a loser. It makes me feel not good enough. It makes me feel blah. What do you think about money? Try to explore what are the attachments you have done to different things: success, failure, mistake, money, self-image. Because seriously, in my experience, most of the times, These people that were stuck were struggling with their self-image, even though they might have made some money or not at all, depending on where they were still running programs that were aligned with their results. And although they were not happy with the results, instead of trying to change the results, try to go into the mind, identify the programs, and start reprogramming. Because if you don't change the program, imagine if I see the word logo on my computer and I double click the word logo and I expect the Excel sheet to open up, there is a problem. No matter what strategies I try, double clicking the thing, triple clicking, moving it and clicking it again, moving it to another computer and clicking it again, I'm going to get the same results. And I saw this yesterday, I loved it too, is imagine looking at yourself in the mirror and not liking something on the image and trying to change the mirror so that you stop seeing what you don't like. Think about that for a second. Changing the mirror because you're not liking the reflection. But the mirror is going to keep reflecting the same thing that is on the other side. In this case, you. So I believe that the universe, in many cases, not in all of them, but in many cases, is reflecting back exactly what's going on within you. What are the narratives? What are the beliefs that are running that are holding you back? I'm not good enough. I'm not valued. I'm not worthy. I've been identifying along all these years, working with thousands of people, beliefs that you wouldn't even, it would blow your mind. So if we don't start exploring the mind, it's going to make it very difficult to be able to change our behaviors, be able to break those barriers. Normally, one of the most important reasons why you might be stuck is mindset, not the strategy, not the implementation of the strategy, not the website, the market, the offer. Normally, it's up here. When we start working on our mindset, on what's going on, as we work on that, it makes it easier to start making changes. So instead of investing so much time, even money and different strategies and different things, start exploring the mind. What is going on in the mind that is not allowing you to grow your business? That's why I said the main reason why your business is not growing or scaling is mindset. People think it's the offer. People think is, the conversations they're having. It could be, don't get me wrong, but let's talk about energy. I've worked with coaches that deep down, they didn't believe in themselves. That deep down, they were scared of being rejected, of not chosen, of being judged, criticized. So when they came to a conversation, whether it was over Messenger, whether it was over a call, their energy was of, please don't reject me. Please like me. Please choose me. And the other person, I believe that we're energy beings, spiritual beings, so we can feel the energy of the other person. We might not realize consciously, but you know how many times you have followed somebody and be like, this doesn't really resonate with me, and you walk away? That could be happening. And I've seen it over and over again. I saw it with myself and I saw it with tons of people that I work. Check the testimonials that I have, the videos and the written ones, where people are sharing how they were able to get out of the place they were by identifying their beliefs, their programs, and reprogramming them to be able to start taking actions. I hope that makes sense. Look, the numbers don't lie. If 60 to 70 and closer to 80% of coaches are barely making any money, of entrepreneurs, 60 to 70% of entrepreneurs are barely making any money with their business. Normally, the business is not the problem. If you're offering something that has some value, you should be able to find people that buy it. But there is something that is happening inside of you that you are sending this message out where people are not wanting to buy from you, not wanting to talk to you. I hope that makes sense. I hope that you're able to start exploring the subconscious mind, identifying the programs, the viruses that are getting in the way, so that you can start moving forward. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoy this. Let me know in the chat what you thought about it, and see you in the next episode of the Mind Engineer community, sharing tools and insight to help you start moving forward. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Bye.